Back again with another one. Happy Friday. Yes, we made it. Big up to all of the good, ambitious people out there when it's payday today. And you're going to spend some on yours and save some for the rainy day. But Friday, we made it, guys. And I'm telling you, almost weekend. Yay, yay, freaking weekend. Yay, yay. Right? And all of those kind of things. So happy Friday. You are responsible for the energy of your day. Remember, when you give off positive energy, you attract it. I decide to be happy. And you'll be happy today, I guess, right? So happy Friday, guys. Back again with another content. I know I can't come on the time that I used to come on and give you guys a content, but starting from next week, because it's Black History Month, we're gonna come unpacking quick and fast. Now, guys, when you see us, you know that we have a great deal of content to come and unpack. Remember that everybody is innocent until they're proven guilty in the courthouse over here. If we don't know anything, we say allegedly. And even if we know some stuff because a legal matter, we're going to say allegedly, even if the facts and receipt pens out. But nevertheless, people, let's join us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and like and subscribe and share, and don't forget to turn on your notification bell so when I come live, you will know that I am here, or you're the first one to get the content, or second or third. Okay, guys, so because Black History is around the corner, we're gonna start it here. All right, right here.
Rise is one of Maya Angelou's most celebrated poems. Published as part of Angelou's third poetry collection, the piece was written during a highly prolific time in the author's career.
Okay.
Angelou grew a power of hope in facing overwhelming adversity and oppression, particularly that which has impacted Black Americans since the dawn of slavery.
Okay.
Therefore,
So that's why that was written. All right, guys. So I gave you guys a little bit of that. All right. Let's
has awakened, arisen, somehow made our ablution, seen other human beings, and said, "Morning, how are you? Fine, thanks, and you?" It's amazing. Wherever that abides in the human being, there is the nobleness of the human spirit. Despite it all, black and white, Asian, Spanish, Native American, pretty, plain, thin, fat, vowed or celibate.
Okay.
We rise. You may write me down in history with your
Listen.
bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still like dust, I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? Just 'cause I walk as if I have oil wells pumping in my living room. Just like suns and like moons, with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high. Still I rise. Did you want to see me broken? Bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries. Does my sassiness upset you? Don't take it so hard just 'cause I laugh. As if I have gold mines digging in my own backyard. You can shoot me with your words. You can cut me with your lies. You can kill me with your hatefulness. But just like life,
Still I
I'll
rise.
rise.
John Star.
Does my sexiness offend you? Oh. Does it come as a surprise?
So this will be our introduction, Maya Angelou, because Black History is around the corner. And if you guys know me, I'm gonna come packing with Black History. So because it's the end of the month, almost Black History, that we really don't taught the goodness other than we're slaves, we have to come unpacking with Maya Angelou, the introduction of this content. So keep on listening. We're almost ready to get to our content. Thank you for watching.
Surprise that I dance as if I have diamonds at the meeting of my thighs. Out of the huts of history's shame I rise. Up from a past rooted in pain I rise. A black ocean leaping and wide, welling and swelling, I bear in the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Into a daybreak miraculously clear, I rise, bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the hope and the dream of the slave. And so, naturally,
I rise. I rise.
there I go rising.
Right there. So happy Friday now. Okay? Happy Friday, you all. And let's unpack this content quick and fast because I don't have all day. Okay, guys? Seriously. So, like I tell you guys, a lot of times people out here are very privileged. We also know that in the same country where the story is coming out of, we know that there's black boys missing and they're missing into trap house. So when you see me come and put this content out here, a mother sentenced to 5 years for trafficking coke, fentanyl, after a snowy trip, you know that it's disturbing and troubling for me to come and unpack the story. Now, guys, there's other people out here wish to get that little bit of time of trafficking stuff. But when you're privileged, you're privileged. And I just want to know if the judge don't understand that the drug and fentanyl is breaking down lots of community, have them in shambles. And I want to know if the judge didn't have in the back of his mind that there's missing children get caught up in these drug war and drug hustling and drug trafficking. Okay? So when you're going to give somebody 5 years, it's a slap on the wrist to all the drug dealers out there who are making the youths them life a living hell. All right? So I have the audio for you, and I'm going to unpack the story greatly and neatly. So let's start unpacking the story. So like I said, happy Friday. You're responsible for the energy of your day. Remember, when you give off positive energy, you attract it. I decided to be happy. Okay? So right there. So let's unpack. Arriving late for sentencing hearing, a Barry courthouse convicted drug trafficking Stephanie Alvarado stopped briefly to take a selfie, not far from a portrait of a local legal pioneer, St. James Robert Gowan, as she descended the stairs to go meet her fate. So even though you're running late, right? Running late to the courthouse, knowing that you're going to get a sentence, you don't give a shit, right? The 35-year-old Toronto woman was sentenced to 5 years in prison for trafficking cocaine and fentanyl. She can also and only be described as a distributor. Imagine that. Superior Court Justice Annette Consolo said in passing sentence that also included a third conviction of possession cannabis for the purpose of selling. Alvarado showed little emotion. Well, obviously, it's 5 years. Why would she show a little bit of? Why would she show any emotion? If it was 10 years, no, she would have been crying. Please, judge. But 5 years come out to distribute drugs again, and the black community gonna get involved in it because most of the time when you look, they claim it's the black people selling the drugs, and it's the white folks snorting the drugs. They claim, and at the end of the day, when you hide, these black children end up in this kind of trap house and missing from their family. So nevertheless, people, let's continue to unpack the story. Alvarado showed little emotion, but graciously accepted the judge's best wishes as her sentence hearing wrapped up less than 15 minutes. The case took much longer to arrive at conclusion. Court heard that Alvarado was stopped by police in Barrie little more than 3 years ago. A vacuum-sealed package containing more than 1,000 grams of cocaine was discovered along with some fentanyl. Casulo's remark did not make clear if the police stopped her because they suspected she was transporting drugs or if she was merely traffic stopped. Caught red-handed, court head that Alvarado told police she was concealing more than drugs internally. She later extracted them from her body after being arrested, taken back to the police station. The drugs had a total street value of more than 100,000. Consolo called the amount found of significant aggravating factor. All right? The Crown had asked for much as 8 years in prison. Like I said, she's supposed to get at least 8 to 10 years, while her defense counsel countered with a request for between 3 and 5 years. Delayed by weather, Alvarado spent her last few hours of freedom taking the train to the Allerdale waterfront GO station and then a snow Uber ride to the Mulcaster Street courthouse. The hearing started 45 minutes late. Due to mostly to Alvaro's personal circumstances, it was a unique case, and the judge remarked she found little in her case law for which to be based her sentencing decision. Consuelo did cite a case that gave a grim description of the toll fentanyl is taken on communities like Barry. Like I said, fentanyl is mashing up Barry, seriously, and mashing up the community. It kills again, said judge, quoting a previous ruling. Consola also pointed out the destructive force that cocaine continues to be on the community, like I said, the missing black boys that are in the trap house, creating violent turf wars, turf users and addicts, and other corrosive effects, like I said. Alvarado, who court heard is a single parent of one child, was not a typical drug trafficking seen in the justice system. She had no criminal record until her conviction and had been gainfully employed her entire adult life. She resigned her job after her arrest but started a cleaning business soon after court heard. Still, the details of Alvarado conduct had the familiar trappings of drug trade, including special app on her phone where users could message her to arrange for drugs. The message would then disappear. See? So she's big into this. So she shouldn't have got 5 years, guys. It was also obvious in Casulo's comment that the judge felt she was not a lost cause. I believe her perspective has changed in a profound way. Casolo told the court, pointing out that Alvarado had good prospects for rehabilitation. All right? So that was the case, guys, and it's troubling and disturbing. I try to give you guys a short content because I have to read the content and to have it very short and spicy and short that you guys could, not be bored and stuff like that. All right, guys? From there, we're gonna play the audio quick and fast.
Arriving late for her sentencing hearing at the Barry courthouse, convicted drug trafficker Stephanie Alvarado stopped briefly to take a selfie not far from a portrait of local legal pioneer Sir James Robert Gowan as she descended the stairs to go meet her fate. The 35-year-old Toronto woman was sentenced to 5 years in prison for trafficking cocaine and fentanyl. She can only be described as a distributor, Superior Court Justice Annette Casulo said in passing sentence that also included a third conviction for possessing cannabis for the purpose of selling. Alvarado showed little emotion, but graciously accepted the judge's best wishes as her sentencing hearing wrapped in less than 15 minutes. The case took much longer to arrive at a conclusion. Court heard that Alvarado was stopped by police in Barry a little more than 3 years ago. A vacuum-sealed package containing more than 1,000 grams of cocaine was discovered, along with some fentanyl. Casulo's remarks did not make clear if police stopped her because they suspected she was transporting drugs, or if it was merely traffic stop. Caught red-handed, court held that Alvarado told police she was concealing more drugs internally. She later extracted them from her body after being arrested and taken back to the police station. The drugs had a total street value of more than $100,000. Casulo called the amount found a significant aggravating factor. A jury convicted Alvarado in July. The Crown had asked for as much as 8 years in prison, while her defense counsel countered with a request for between 3 and 5 years. Delayed by weather, Alvarado spent her last few hours of freedom taking the train to the Allendale Waterfront GO station and then a snowy Uber ride to the Mulcaster Street courthouse. The hearing started 45 minutes late. Due mostly to Alvarado's personal circumstances, it was a unique case, and the judge remarked that she found little in case law from which to base her sentencing decision. Casulo did cite a case that gave a grim description of the toll fentanyl is taking on communities like Barry. "It kills again and again," said the judge, quoting a previous ruling. Casulo also pointed out the destructive force that cocaine continues to be on communities, creating violent turf wars, turning users into addicts and other corrosive effects. Alvarado, who court heard is a single parent of one child, was not a typical drug trafficker seen in the justice system. She had no criminal record until her conviction and had been gainfully employed her entire adult life. She resigned her job after her arrest, but started a cleaning business soon after, court heard. Still, the details of Alvarado's conduct had the familiar trappings of the drug trade, including a special app on her phone where users could message her to arrange for drugs. The messages would then disappear. It was also obvious in Casulo's comments that the judge felt she was not a lost cause. I believe her perspective has changed in a profound way, Casulo told the court, pointing out that Alvarado had good prospects for rehabilitation.
Yeah, right. So there we have it, guys. So imagine that you're trafficking fentanyl and cocaine and it's worth 100,000 and you only got 5 years in jail. When the fentanyl is damaging, breaking Berry community apart. When the crack cocaine has black children missing and end up in trap houses. This woman only got a little bit of time. Show a little bit of remorse. Because if she got 10 years, she would have known better. All right? From there, guys, we're also gonna highlight a case where a man tried to give a child crack cocaine and only got probation. So when you hear these people out here talking about they want to be tough on crime and all of these things, it only depends on what ethnic background they get caught up in. Because if you wanted to be tough on crime, you can't give one set of person probation and one set 5 years, and then everybody else, you just throw the book at them. So let's get to this story one more time, where a man tried to give a teenager girl crack cocaine and only got probation. All right? So I am going to, I'm just going to give you guys the article rather, and let you guys listen to this quite so. All right? So a little bit of the article.
A man who had faced drug and sex assault charges in relation to multiple allegations involving teenage girls has been sentenced to 18 months house arrest after pleading guilty to a single count of trafficking cocaine in Berry. Videsh Maharaj, 44, will be allowed to work while serving 18 months in the community, but will otherwise be subject to a strict curfew. In the fall, Maharaj went on trial for sexual assault, sexual interference, trafficking cocaine and other charges. That trial ended in a mistrial after most of the evidence had been called. The sentencing that took place Friday at the Berry courthouse resolves the case. In passing sentence, Leibovic read details that had earlier been part of an agreed statement of facts when Maharaj pleaded guilty a week earlier. Court heard that throughout 2022 and 2023, Maharaj connected with a 14-year-old Berry girl through Snapchat, eventually meeting in person with the girl and two of her friends. There was an inherent power imbalance, said Leibovic. During that contact, court heard he drove the girls to Centennial Beach and offered them cocaine and had asked if he could snort it off their thighs.
Oh my God.
The request was refused and Maharaj instead snorted the drug off the screen of his phone. Subsequent meetups followed and at least one of the girls consumed the drug with him, court heard. At the time, the married father of two lived in Innisfil, but now resides in Woodbridge.
So here you are basically a predator. Meet some child off of the app and then go pick them up. You should be charged for endangering a child because the child is 14. I wonder where the 14-year-old mother was. Seriously? And only got 18 months probation. So that's why our black children out here going missing. Because if these big people in the drug trade, allegedly, is out here only getting 18 months, then what else the little children them supposed to be getting or doing? You see where the world is? You see when you get in front of a judge and get in front of a criminal court, it's a different ball game with these traffickers. But nevertheless, guys. So that was the content today. That's what I had to come and tell you guys greatly, all right? And I say to you guys, the content is rather short, but it's better I give you guys a content than don't give you no content, to be honest. Wrapping up this live, running on quick and fast, because I'm not staying with you guys at all, okay? Because it's Black History coming up, we need to go and drop this. Music legend, Fela Kuti, becomes the first African to get a Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. Every time there's an award drop, you hear you're the first person to get this. You make history of getting this, and all of these kind of things. It tells you that racism is still standing up all over. But nevertheless, long crowned by his legend of fans, all right, as the king of Afrobeat, the late fella Kuti is finally being recognized by the global music industry. The Nigerian star, all right, received a Lifetime Achievement Award at the Grammys almost 3 decades after his death at the age of 58. So their Grammy after they passed away. Who's gonna respect the Grammy? Children, kiss my teeth literally and pass. Next, what can go so seriously? But nevertheless, people, if he got it, he got it. He dead. I guess he will celebrate in his death, like really and truly. You guys are pathetic, but what can I say? Nevertheless, guys, running on, moving on. Now we have a it's really sad news, and we get to understand that Ray J says Doc told him he has months to live. You know, Ray J allegedly caught up with the Whitney Houston story. He was leaving the scene when Whitney Houston was found in the bathtub. Allegedly, don't mix me. Then you know that Ray J did come out and behave weird on Nicki Minaj page. You hear that they come out and say Ray J is under the LGBTQQQQQ. We keep on asking, what does Ray J do as business? What does Ray J do out here to make money? All of these things. Well, Ray J, Doc told him he has months to live. Did you guys hear about this? When it comes to Ray J, the doctor has told him he has months to live. So sad, so sad. All right, guys. From there, we're also we want to talk about this case a little bit here, where this young man, all right, at Greenwich Farm, an accident occurred, end up losing his life, okay? According to the family, after the accident, remained several weeks in the hospital, okay? And no one from the Greenwich Farm come out and say anything to the family. He was doing some kind of work, okay? And he had an incident at the workplace and end up dying. So our heart and soul goes out to this young man. He was working and he got hurt. And also the Greenwich Farm didn't come out and say anything. So it's a sad time. Hopefully the family can get some kind of answers and get a payout of this accident. Although money cannot buy life. But at the end of the day, when you think about it, guys, justice has to be prevailed, right? From there, we go to sports. Now, you guys know that Olympic gold medalist Shakar Richardson arrested in Orange County for excessive speeding. So this girl come out in a different light, domestic abuse, come out in shading the Caribbean folks of the running, come out and do all kind of ish and ash. Now she find herself speeding and got arrested. Oh, DUI maybe? I am not sure. Do you get arrested for speeding? I didn't know this at all this time. I know you get a fat ass ticket if you don't kill no one, but never know that you will get arrested of speeding. So I just had to come in and pat that as well. From there, 1 second, I have to go in my file here to give you guys some other stuff. 1 second. Let me go further up. 1 second, guys. 1 second. Let me find it. If I can find it, I'm literally going to kiss my teeth and pass. It's in regards of Simone Biles, but I think I never upload that one. But I'll come back another time with that one. Anyways, let's talk about this. So, Toronto anorectal doctor who disturbing and dangerous conduct left some patient injured, stripped off his medical license. So one of these days I'm going to come and unpack the story greatly and neatly of all of that. We're also going to come and speak about the story where Durham police reassigned officer asked for independent probe into lawyer's claim that she was violently assaulted inside the Oshawa courthouse. So we're always going to come back and talk about that story another day. Thank you guys for stopping by. It's a pleasure as always. Like I said, I ain't going to stay long with you guys. Happy Friday. You are responsible for the energy of your day. Remember, when you give off positive energy, you attract it. Okay? Decided to be happy. That's one of the code for today. Happy Friday, and I catch you guys tomorrow morning. Peace and love. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.